What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Masters Fantasy Show, brought to you by MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. My name's Jonathan. Joining me today, Dynasty Owl, the Doc. As always, we're the Masters crew. What's up, guys? How you doing today?
Doing good.
Yeah, doing great.
Love to hear it, man. I know you guys are pumped. The playoffs are here. I know I've said it every episode we've done. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm excited. I've been looking at matchups. I'm stoked, man. Playoff time, best time of the year. Going to be talking about some Dynasty Waiver Wire pickups. Dynasty never sleeps. 6 guys, man, should be looking at next year. All 12 guys should be looking at next year. 6 of you for sure, though.
Yeah.
Trying to make some switches, pick up some of these guys that might be on the waiver wire, bolster your roster for next season. Before we jump into today's show, just wanted to pass along. We're also 1 week closer to playoff leagues. Here in a couple weeks, man, playoff leagues are firing up. I mean, it's a week straight full of drafts, man. We start at noon, go till midnight every night. We got all the draft slots, times you need. Some of the funnest leagues we do. MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. Come check that out. All right, man, that's not what we're here to talk about, though. Like I said, Dynasty Waiver Wire. It's an important time of the year. Here's a guy that's been on my mind. I've been wanting to talk about. And he's actually a guy I was picking up last season, too. The same time this year, and it didn't pan out. But I'm not giving up on the guy. I think he's definitely still worth a pickup. That's going to
be. You weren't wrong, JK. You were just early. You weren't wrong. You were early.
You're right, man. Just early. And I want to point out, I think a lot of guys think I'm early again. But for me, I think he's worth the chance picking him up right now. That's going to be Jordan Love, quarterback, Green Bay Packers. And I understand, Green Bay's on a roll. Aaron Rodgers hasn't said much. There hasn't been a bunch of turmoil within the organization. But you know what? A year ago today, the Green Bay Packers were in the exact same situation, winning football games. Everything looked good. Everybody's happy. The offseason popped up. Aaron Rodgers didn't want to be there. I feel like all that's kind of getting, the winning season. Everybody's kind of just forgetting all about it and thinking everything's going to be okay in Green Bay. I'm not 100% sure yet. I think anything short of a Super Bowl, kind of right back to where we started with Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers. Got one small sample of Jordan Love starting. I think that's another reason you may still see him on the waiver wire. He didn't look that great in the game fantasy-wise. If you go back to that game, really tough game, man. Your career start going up against Patrick Mahomes. And if you go back to that game, there's actually a stat I seen out there. It was like early fourth quarter. If you put him and Patrick Mahomes side by side, he was neck and neck with him. Neither one of them were spectacular.
And
I think something people don't, there was a lot of stuff going on in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, the COVID situation. I just think a lot of distractions. I'm just not putting all that on Jordan Love. I think the whole team was distracted. And something I remember from that game I want to point out too, in between the 20s, Jordan Love looked okay, man. I think they got into the red zone 4 or 5 times, just couldn't punch it in. Nothing that surprises me that much for a young quarterback. I still personally think he's worth a pickup, see what happens in the Green Bay situation. That offense still kind of loaded. We don't know what's going to happen with Devontae Adams. Maybe Green Bay offers him the most money. He stays, with Jordan Love. Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon. I mean, it's all possible. Maybe they finally drafted another wide receiver. If he was taking over that offense, I'd be interested in him in a dynasty league. I think he's worth a pickup. Your guys' thoughts?
So I like it, and here's why. I do really still think, even though it's been quiet, because short-term winning does kind of solve everything. I think this is Aaron Rodgers' last year in Green Bay. I really do. I think he kind of set up this year with this is his farewell tour, and he was going to try and go out with a bang. And I think that's still true. And I think you could make a case, they're as much of a front runner as anyone at this point to, win the Lombardi Trophy at the end of the year. And, obviously, especially if they fall short, I think Aaron Rodgers will be frustrated, feel like he didn't have enough help. The front office didn't give him enough weapons to win the Super Bowl. I think that's kind of how he felt last year and, for the past several years, obviously. And I almost could see, even if somehow, they do pull off the run and they do win the Super Bowl, I could still kind of see him being like, I'm still out. And then, the crazy scenarios here, but let's just say the Packers win the Super Bowl this year. He leaves in free agency. I don't know, goes to Denver, another team. I don't know. Doesn't even matter where. Then what if that team wins the Super Bowl? Then that's 2 in a row. 3 total for him. Then like if he wins one more, like all of a sudden, has he just like, is he the second best player of all time? Like if he were to do that, you know, what does that do to his legacy? So I just think, I don't know, he could just be out to prove something. And even if they win the Super Bowl this year, I could see him leaving. So I think he's gone after this year. And I think that's going to open up the door to the future of Jordan Love.
Yeah, and that means worth the stamp. Something you said.
Yeah.
I just, my heart kind of fluttered for a second because I was, you know, if Rodgers won 4, like I wondered, like immediately I was thinking, well, second best is the best you could be. You know, and for 1 second I was like, he's not going to say, you know, GOAT. Just shout out to Tom Brady and his greatness.
I know. I thought about it, but I didn't want to get ripped in the comments section.
But I'm just thinking, like, how, like how great is Tom Brady that even we're sitting here, like, if a guy wins 2, 3, 4, best shot a second, man.
Yeah.
And I still got to go Joe Montana. By the way, for me personally, and I don't even think it's that close. I mean, Rodgers is great though, but man, Joe was too, so.
Yeah, obviously, I was making up 3 Super Bowls that haven't happened yet, but that's
it's possible. Doc, how you feeling about Jordan Love, my man?
I like this take. I do. I think he's a talented guy. We know that, and I'm glad you brought up the his lone start because people were just giving him a ton of grief, saying how bad he looked, and I mean, they might win that game if Mason Crosby can hit some kicks. Like Mahomes did no better, but nobody wants to talk about that.
Yep.
I mean, he's going to have a really good run game. If Devontae Adams stays, that'll be good too. I think, you know, he'll have an opportunity to kind of ease himself in. And then maybe if he opens it up and does, you know, some of the things that made him so exciting as a prospect, you know, he could end up being really, really good if everything clicks. So I think just his upside in general with that situation is worth taking the roster spot just in case Rodgers does in fact leave, which I kind of think he might too, but I don't know. I'm more on the fence with it than you guys seem to be, but nothing would surprise me anymore.
I feel like nothing would surprise me. I just feel like it certainly wouldn't surprise me if he wanted out of there. So, and I think something you just brought up too kind of made me think of something else about Jordan Love. You know, I'm not a contract guy, like money wise, cap salary. I feel like if Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams were out of town, Green Bay would have some money to spend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe help a young Jordan Love out too. So just tossing that out there too.
I know this talk has kind of gone away, but I mean, there was like, you know, a couple of year span where every single, you know, analytics salary cap guy was saying your Super Bowl window is while your quarterback's on the rookie deal. Like once, you know, so again, like you could see it from a Jordan Love standpoint where, if they free up all that money and like, you know, bring in other weapons and just other pieces around them. The Packers could have a new window.
Yeah. And you know me, man, I like those good stories. And I'll be honest, I wasn't even going to bring it up, but I was going to bring it up again, man. The last time something like this happened in Green Bay, you know, Aaron Rodgers sat behind, you know, Brett Favre. It's just got the, I mean, who knows, man? I mean, maybe Green Bay strikes the lottery 3 times, man. We'll see. So, all right, good stuff, guys. That's going to wrap up this edition. As always, thanks so much for watching. If you could hit the like and subscribe button, come be a part of the Masters family. Love to have you. Any last words, guys?
Thanks for listening.
Yep. Thank you, folks.